is that on the navigation to get simple path, there's optimized true. It says it's smoothed by merging paths. So what I see in practice that the true does is that when I tell it to move, see this is false, and I tell it move here, a red dot for marking the path goes to the center of the tiles, or the A star that it creates. So it goes to the center. But if I put false, sorry, that was false. If I put true to optimize, it tries to cut the corners. So when I go here and say, hey, go there, it does right at the corner and right at the corner. So the problem is that it gets stuck since it tries to cut the corners. False does not cut corners. Right. Okay, so why then I could just use false because it navigates better, it doesn't get stuck on the maze. The problem is that when I face other units, the false does much worse. They get stuck on each other. See, like this is a simple movement to go here, and the false can't handle it properly. If I put true, it will do that fine. I think because what happens is that since it goes more to the center of the tile, if it happens that the enemy is like slightly to the side of the center, then this cannot solve it. See this one, because it might do an adjustment like go to the center, which is towards the wrong direction, and go to the other tile. So it gets stuck sometimes with units if I put false. So I want true to be better with units, but then movement on the maze, it gets stuck. So what I do and what people do is that I use some rays to find the walls. I'm only finding walls. So what the rays do, what I put them to do is that when they find a wall, I push my character, give it a force to the side. This is with true, okay? This is with true. So you see it pushes the character to the side a bit, like this one was hitting, when it is hitting a wall, so that the character doesn't get stuck. I was pushing to the side. So I made something very simple. You'll find more complex things. So I just put the Raycast to only have a mask on the wall, so they only detect with walls. And then here on my move, on the set machine, on the physics process, that's what I put it, I check if any of the rays is colliding. And I just blindly do for ray 1 and ray 2 to be simple for myself. So if ray 1, which is the left side ray, this is ray 1, if the ray 1 collides, what I want to do is, hey, push it. My character is trying to move here, it's colliding into the wall, and it's not working, right? Because it's at the edge. Suppose it's the edge here. So I want it to make a force to this direction, so that instead of pointing here, it points to the side, and it can go around the wall, and then this one stops touching, and then it continues straight. So the way to do this, it's with this expression. So how did I get to this expression? First, my direction is what I was just showing, like when I want to go to the point, is the vector 2 points to that point. And then what we do is that I want to convert, so I know the angle, and what I want to do, so my idea was that I have here, and what I want to do is that I want a vector that points to the side, that points to this side. Right, and then I just add this vector to this other vector, so the result is like the point here, and then tell it to go there. So I just have to add one vector to another vector. So for that, I'm going to make this v2. See, on the move and slide, I'm going to do the direction vector plus my additional v2 vector times the speed, so it can move towards that. So for the v2, this is very simple. I have the direction, and I just want to see if we look at the circle. Okay, if we look at the circle in radians, right? This is 0, this is p over 2, this is, or pi, sorry, different language. So pi over 2 is here, so pi minus pi over 2 is down here, right? This 3 pi over 2 is the same as minus pi over 2. So if this on my character, if on my character this is hitting, I want it to go to minus pi over 2. So that's why I say, hey, I want to make a new vector that says if vector 1 is hitting, I want it to go on. Oh, that's right, because the axes on here are the opposite, right? This actually goes this way on Godot, right? This is minus y and this is plus y, so that's why I have it upside down. So I want to go on the pi side for the y. So yeah, so the angle was so I have this angle, I added pi over 2, so it points down here, and then I just Google how to convert my search was how to convert an angle to a vector, and then you'll see, hey, just do cosine of angle for the x and do sin of angle to the y. So that's exactly what I did. Cosine of the angle of the vector and then sin of the angle, so I put it on the vector, and then I did the opposite for the other way. So, and that's it. I just need to normalize everything, and then what we get is what we saw of him going there, and you see there's a force pushing him to the side